Hey everyone, thank you for pushing that play button. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Please push that bell button right beside us so you get a notification anytime I release a video, because I would love that you're part of the community. The YouTube call out is going down tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there. I know a lot of followers have been messaging me on Instagram, Facebook, and leaving comments on YouTube saying they're planning to be there. So definitely come out, have some fun with us, and let's have a great time. Feel free to come up to the booth, and wherever you see me at, please come say hello. Also, November 11th is the Extreme Car and Truck Showdown in Raleigh, North Carolina at the State Fairgrounds. So please come out and join it as well. You can actually enter in the car contest, or you can just come out and check out some of the cool rides. But I look forward to seeing you there. So without further ado, let's get in the video. Hey everyone, so I was talking with one of my buddies, and we was talking about the Corvette ZR1. How awesome of a car it is, how awesome it would be to have one of these bad boys, and how awesome it would be, honestly, just happy to even drive one of these bad boys. And so he's actually in the market for one, and I'm super excited for him. And my other friend is actually in the market for a Corvette ZR1. Even though I know they are faster than me, I still challenge both of them to a race. I'll give you that. But what they didn't know, that the 650 horsepower Z06 was originally slotted for the top of the range for the C7 Corvettes. Yes, I said it. The 2019 Corvette ZR1 was not supposed to be invented. And I'm not the only one that said that. Corvette chief engineer admits that the ZR1 wasn't originally planned for the C7 design. Even with me considering at one point buying a 650 horsepower Z06, saying that Chevrolet can't even top that, and then they come out with a 755 horsepower Corvette ZR1, that's insane. The 2019 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 is 755 horsepower. Supercar that has the ability to sprint 60 miles per hour in an estimated 2.7 seconds and continue at an equal top speed of 211 miles per hour. But according to GM, showing the topping supercar almost never happened, that sounds really, really crazy to me. But they pulled it off, which is why I think they're going to pull off the C8 as well. But let's keep going on in some Corvette ZR1 information. Now listen to this. In an interview with the Corvette chief engineer, GM talked about a few things. One thing he talked about was the C7 Corvette lifecycle was not supposed to get in ZR1. There was never originally any plans for the Corvette ZR1 from the beginning of the lifecycle, which was definitely shocking to me. But for a lot of you that don't know, there wasn't a ZR1 in every Corvette year. Perfect example, they only built the ZR1 starting in the C3s, then the C4s, then the C6, and then now the C7s. Now for a lot of you that's a part of the channel, probably already seen this footage. Now for a lot of new subscribers who have not seen this footage, I actually had the opportunity to race a ZR1 at one point in my time with my current C7 Grand Sport. And I kept this video because I wanted to make this video at some point regarding the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 and how it was never supposed to happen. But I had the pleasure of actually racing one of these cars, and I think it was a great race. I was a little nervous at first, but at the end of the day, if you lose or win, it was all for fun. So I want to go ahead and replay this clip for some of you all who never seen this, because we do have a lot of new followers that are part of the channel. That was honestly an awesome race. Now I will say this, that was a one race of the day that did not clock. Also, this track was 1/8 and not 1/4. Obviously, if this track was 1/4, this Corvette ZR1 would have drugged me and came back and beat me. But with this track being a 1/8, we don't know exactly who won. And right at where the cones were is where we both kind of dug in at the same time. So it could have been a tie, or I could have nudged him just a little bit. But as you can see, I love my Corvette Grand Sport, but it definitely lacked horsepower during this race. But back to the interview with the Corvette engineer. And one question was asked, how come you guys decided almost not to do a Z01? And he said, we don't always do a Z01 every generation of the Corvette. We weren't looking that far ahead, he said. He said in the interview, we did the C7 in a panic. Also, here's another piece of information that some of you may or may not know about the C8. The C7 Corvette in general was not actually originally planned. The C8 was actually planned for during the C7 time. What stopped the C8 from being built during this time? Well, obviously, the market crashed in 2008, and they had to get GM out of bankruptcy, so that's when the C8 plans went to the back. The Corvette engineer admits that the standing Corvette and the Z06 was the main areas of focus for the C7. The Z06 will initially be the range topper with 650 horsepower and 600 foot-pounds of torque, of courtesy of the supercharged 6.2-liter V8, and it produces 12 more horsepower than the outgoing C6 ZR1. Another thing that a lot of people don't know is that the Corvette ZR1 C6 held its value pretty well. I mean, even when at one point when I was thinking about buying a Corvette and I wasn't sure if I was going to buy the C7, I thought about the C6 ZR1, and the prices were still going for a brand new C7. The only thing about the C6 that I didn't like as well was the interior, which is why I decided on the C7. But GM also admits that it took them a long time to figure out how to get the 2019 ZR1 to outperform the 2013 C6 ZR1. He continues to say within the interview, when we introduced the Z06, we left it all on the field. We couldn't think of anything we could do to make this car better than what it is now. He also continued to say that was the truth. That was the honest truth at the time. But a couple of years later, we started working. We started thinking, and we started putting our heads together. What could we do that we can come up with that would be even better, that might be a game changer for the C7 Corvette? And that's when we sat down and came to with the 2019 ZR1. The new ZR1, which a lot of you know or may not know, was debuted in Dubai. It comes with an asking price of $119,000 for the coupe and $124,000 for the convertible. Now, with that being said, I'm going to admit I was not completely happy with this car being debuted in Dubai because a lot of people complain about it being an American-made car. It should have been debuted in the States. From a business standpoint and from a Chevy standpoint, I can honestly see why they debuted this car in Dubai. They were trying to tap into another market outside of the U.S. because they know us. They know we love the Corvette. We know we would like to buy one, and we know that we will stand behind our sports car, our American-made sports car. But they wanted to tap into another market other than the U.S., which is why, which I said in another video before, the C8 may be revealed in Detroit Auto Show, but this car will be offered across the world, in my opinion, as well, because they also said they will probably put the steering wheel on the right-hand side of this car, which means they're also still trying to tap into another territory as well, which probably gapping the bridge with offering the ZR1 in Dubai. So here's my question for you. How do you feel if the ZR1 was not part of the C7 Corvette lineup? How do you feel about the ZR1 being debuted in Dubai? And how would you feel if they decide to actually debut the C8 outside of the US as well? If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I would love to have you part of the community. Remember, the YouTube call out is tomorrow between 11 and 5. All the information is down below in the description, along with other events I plan to attend as well. And once again, thank you for pushing that play button, and I appreciate you for joining in today.